remember now.
This one is from Paul from Providence, Rhode Island, and he wrote a manifesto. So, anyway, I'm just going to read.
Please don't send us your life history.
Yeah, I'm just going to read. And he goes,
you can't imagine the looks on my brother's face reading that shit. I'm going to read the last sentence. Thanks, God. You guys rule.
Yeah. Move on.
There's my address.
No, I mean, he's got like a whole chart here, and there's some diagrams and lines. No, he doesn't have that. But anyway, I just wanted to say, great show. I look forward every week to listening to the new show and getting through Mondays at work. Now I'm going to read you part of War and Peace. Now, he says, my only complaint is that I wish you increased the number of news shows to more than once a week. Understandably, I realize this costs money, and I'd like to encourage everyone listening to the show some support for the show and buy the compilation CD. It's a lousy $10, and that includes free shipping. I'm looking forward to getting mine. On to the question of the week. With the games that have come out, you know what? It's impossible for us to do this more than once a week currently because we have jobs. I mean, it's just what it all comes down to.
Yeah, I drive a truck for a living, man. I'm never home.
Also, there's not enough news right now. I mean, it's summer. I know in the fall we get a lot of news, and in May we get a lot of news. But summer, it's really dead. I kind of got
to lie to everybody, say I go out and do stuff during the summer, but I don't. I go out and play World of Warcraft.
I got to work on. Well, it's summer in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was summer when I got the game too. That was the one thing I really liked about Ashman's Call 2 is that when it was winter and where we were, it was winter in the game, which was kind of depressing. Yeah. You know, there's no tornadoes in this game. Damn it!
I spent a lot of time walking into my basement and passing out and waking up a few hours later.
Well, you told me how funky that basement was. I mean, I bet everybody walks in and passes out. That's what I'm saying. Take 2 steps and go. I'm gonna go get some socks. The mold will recede in another hour or two. Don't touch him.
He gets down there, just moves some bricks, and just starts walking down the red stairs.
It's like Children of the Damned. You go past a certain line in Don's basement, you just fall over.
Anyway, it says, on to the question of the week. With the games that have come out in the last 12 months, very few titles have made me get up and want to hound the stores to see what a shipment has come in, or when it would be available. It seems this number of WoW titles diminishes less and less every year. It just seems like almost all the developers just don't give a shit about their product anymore. I don't ever recall in my lifetime a game that was released with a worse launch than THQ's WWE WrestleMania 21 for the Xbox.
Done.
Without rehashing the whole situation, it issues like these that make gamers second and even third guess their instincts when deciding to shell out $49 to $59 per a new title. All right, that's all I'm going to read of that.
THQ ruined their franchise.
I do have that game though, and I haven't played it.
You'll never play it.
I will, and
you won't.
I'll review it and then give it away.
You're 70. You're like, what is this?
It's supposed to have motion capture in it or something, so it's supposed to look better. This one's from Jeff from Fayetteville, Texas. He says, fucking great show, guys. Don said more than 56 words this week. Great job. Have a cookie. Looking through my game collection, I've noticed I've only bought 4 games in the past year. 3 for the Xbox, and 1 for the DS. I couldn't believe that a fucking portable game cost $35 damn. Granted, I play it a lot, but $35 is a fucking joke. Well, shit, man. The PSP games are $50. Yeah. So be happy you got a DS. Cheap.
Yeah. And there's another word. Add that to your list.
This one's from Mark from Macungie, Pennsylvania. He says, hey, love the show, keep it up. Anyways, to answer your question, the last game I bought was Battlefield 2. And to Brian's comment about paladins being overpowered, I have a 60 level paladin, maybe, and I can't kill shit with it. All our damage is based on luck, which means we have no base damage. Even though we can shield ourselves, we can't do shit to anyone while we are in it. And once we run out of mana, we are fucked.
Yeah, I know. That's why I always use my characters that can suck your mana. So I'll explain later.
No, yeah, you know what? You can explain in a moment because Don, you got to pick a number, two numbers between. We'll pick the first number. Between 1 and 80.
55.
All right, and then so 55, and if the guy doesn't pick, then that'll be for the headphones. And what's the other one?
73.
And 73, and that'll be for the Punisher as well. All right, so Brian, go ahead with This Week in the World of Warcraft.
Oh, well, I was going to start off with, I play my girlfriend's level 40 Paladin, and I got to tell you, man, I mean, yeah, granted, your attacks are kind of weak, except for that crazy stun you guys have, but you do have a whole lot of different buffs that, I mean, you guys are just unkillable. You know, you can heal yourself, you heal everybody around you, you put on this crazy armor, it's insane. I mean, they're good if you know, really, if you spec it out right. I'm not saying you haven't. At level 6, they can only imagine what kind of crazy killing machine you've created. But this week I'm going to talk about crafting in World of Warcraft. Anybody who's ever played MMORPGs and where the crafting systems are included usually ends up with rubbish. Most of the other games I've tried crafting in, and it's literally, it's like, your eyes are bleeding. You're like, what am I making? I'm making a wooden sword. That's great. Dude, I'm level 40. Okay, what fucking good is this going to do me? World of Warcraft's crafting system, I decided I was going to try every different type of crafting they had, and they have everything from fishing, which you'd think fishing would be absolute rubbish, but no, it's not. Fish actually sell quite well. Alchemy, which is really good. The only thing I don't have is a blacksmith because it takes too freaking long, but later on, you sell armor for mega amounts of money, and of course it's always useful. To cooking. You never thought a game would have cooking and it would be any good. That's true. In this game, cooking, you make food, you build it up, and after a while the food not only gives you amazing buffs, but can regenerate your health or your mana, which I thought was pretty interesting. It's just kind of embarrassing you sitting there frying eggs over a fire, you know. I did Battlegrounds. I've been buffing up my rogue like crazy, and I actually took out a paladin twice in Battlegrounds, because paladins are great if you can, unless they get stunned a lot, and then, or like you said, like you lose your mana, and then, then they're pretty much yours. I have to admit that I'm more or less enjoying the whole Battlegrounds. I don't actually try to capture the flag. The whole reason I go into Battlegrounds is because it's a free-for-all. I can kill all the Night Elves to my heart's delight. Not that I hate Night Elves, because I have one, but...
All right.
That's it.
Yeah. That's this week in the World of Warcraft.
Kevin has to stop me because I'll just, in battle, it's senselessly after a while.
What?
Means you found the numbers.
And then there was a flower, and I looked at it.
There was a flower that had my face on it.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was beautiful. I took a screenshot. I put it on my website.
So the winner of the preferred prize, therefore, would be Paul from Providence, Rhode Island. He wanted the Punisher for the Xbox. So the winner of the headphones then is Jose from Marietta, Georgia. So I'm going to try.
What do you have to say? You should have to read their emails if they win.
Well, I can read. We actually already read Jose's because it was Paul's, because it was one of the random ones. Jose wrote in and said, "How many games have I bought in the last year?" He listed 8 games, and I think this is all the new stuff I bought in the last year, but I buy a lot of used games as well. Anyway, keep up the good work, and down with government legislature for censorship of games. So, I know.
And talk shows.
Wasn't that thrilling? But we have about 10 minutes left, so we'll read some more before Brian mows.
Answer your fans. Don't be disappointed.
My fans. It was I hate the ones that call to write up and say, "Don't say these words."
That's hateful. All those wives out there who keep telling you to shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
We could tell stories of
You're funny. You're fat and you're sad. Go drive your truck. Go drive your truck. You're a truck driver. You smell.
All right. This one's from Ken from Denver, Colorado. He says, "I bought World of Warcraft, and honestly, I don't get it. I play City of Heroes all the time, and I love that game. The ability to create customized characters, the powers, okay, there isn't much to do once you're level 50, but that's why I have 16 characters that I play. World of Warcraft looks horrible, like GameCube graphics. I tried it for a weekend and couldn't get into the game at all. It's no City of Heroes and never will be. Do you play City of Heroes? What am I missing with World of Warcraft that people love so much? I can't imagine not playing City of Heroes." All right, hold on. Before you answer, Brian, let me just say that,
Well, you hear me? You hear the chain rattling? I'm already stretching it. My neck out to bite.
I mean, they're both
City of Heroes.
They're both good games, but
yeah.
I mean,
I will admit too, I did not like the graphics either when I first started playing World of Warcraft. You just adapt to it.
If you're trying to say, what's wrong with the 5 million people that are playing World of Warcraft versus the 1 million people playing City of Heroes, or the 100,000 people maybe playing it now, obviously you're wrong, and you'd probably need to sit down and play it again. But all games are different. You need to
Yeah, you might have actually run into a whole bunch of assholes too. I mean, I will tell you that originally I thought it was a little cartoony myself, but there is not a whole lot of original, like City of Heroes. You can look original as hell in that game, and it's funny. Like Captain Canada, Dan Shenanigans. I love those guys.
Oh yeah, that's the best part, making all the different things.
Yeah, it's some crazy superhero names.
City of Heroes. City of Heroes. The problem with City of Heroes was just that you kept doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I got monotonous, man.
You just kept going into the same rooms with the same looking places and beating up the same guys. I mean,
yeah, they just got tougher.
Yeah, I mean, it really came down to that. And you'd go to a different city and you'd be like, all right, we're going to go in this warehouse and fight these guys again. And I know they've done improvements and added some stuff, but You know, World of Warcraft's, you know, super popular. I wouldn't just knock it.
I liked City of Heroes a lot when I first started playing it, but after a while, it's like I said, you know, it got monotonous as hell, you know. And just like you said too, man, you're just doing the same thing over and over.
I mean, you know,
that's all it was fun to do. Was like, let's create superheroes, you know. That was like the fun part of the game, and then that was it.